Hello everyone, JohnnyThunderEAS&Weather here with a severe weather update for the Day 2 outlook. And again, you'll have to excuse me, I'm very congested. I'm coming out of the cold, so just bear with me here in the video. And if I start wheezing, that's because I'm having asthma issues too. Anyway, this is the Day 2 outlook video. Anyway, we have a dangerous day expected tomorrow as well, because we have a moderate risk for severe weather tomorrow that encompasses east central Louisiana, most of Mississippi, most of Alabama, and the western part of the Florida Panhandle. We have an enhanced risk tomorrow that encompasses southeastern and central Louisiana, far southeastern Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, the very far extreme northwestern corner, and the very far extreme northeastern corners of Alabama, most of Tennessee, far south central Kentucky, far southwestern North Carolina, the very far extreme northwestern tip of South Carolina, western Georgia, and the central part of the Florida Panhandle. And we have a slight tomorrow that encompasses east central Tennessee, east central Georgia, western South Carolina, western North Carolina, far southwestern Virginia, the western half of West Virginia, western Pennsylvania, most of Ohio, southeastern Indiana, most of Kentucky, western and northeastern Tennessee, the very far extreme northwestern corner of Mississippi, south central and east central Arkansas, and western Louisiana, as well as far southeastern Texas. And areas in the dark green are in the marginal tomorrow, so anyway, going to the tornado threat for tomorrow. There is a 15% chance of tornadoes tomorrow that encompasses east central Louisiana, most of Mississippi, most of Alabama, and western part of the Florida Panhandle. There is a 10% chance of tornadoes tomorrow that encompasses southeastern and central Louisiana, far southeastern Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, far south central Tennessee, far south central Kentucky, most of Tennessee, southwestern North Carolina, the northwestern and northeastern corners of Alabama, the very far extreme northwestern tip of South Carolina, western Georgia, and the central part of the Florida Panhandle. Now, if you look at the black dashed area, the black dashed area encompasses the entirety of the 15% and 10% tornado risk areas. Areas in the 15% and 10% risk areas will not only see widespread tornadoes tomorrow, but the 15% and 10% tornado risk areas means not only there will be widespread tornadoes in those areas, but there also has the highest potential of seeing strong tornadoes of EF2 rating or stronger. And again, the black dashed area encompasses the 10% and 15% tornado risk areas. And again, there can be widespread tornadoes in those areas, as well as the highest potential of seeing strong tornadoes of EF2 rating or stronger. And there is a 5% chance of tornadoes tomorrow that encompasses far southeastern Texas, western Louisiana, south central and east central Arkansas, far northwestern Mississippi, or the far northwestern corner, I should say, of Mississippi, western and northeastern Tennessee, southern Indiana, most of Kentucky, western and northeastern Tennessee, southwestern North Carolina, western North Carolina, I should say, western South Carolina, east central Georgia, and the east central part of the Florida Panhandle. So, going to the damaging wind risk tomorrow, forgot to mention, the dark rain area for tomorrow is where we have a 2% chance of tornadoes, areas in the dark rain. So, anyway, going to the wind risk tomorrow, there is a 45% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher tomorrow. That encompasses east central Louisiana, most of Mississippi, most of Alabama, and the western part of the Florida Panhandle. There is a 30% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher tomorrow. That encompasses southeastern and central Louisiana, far southeastern, don't write this update on me, but there is a 30% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher tomorrow, encompassing southeastern and central Louisiana, far southeastern Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, I should say, far southern part of Kentucky, most of Tennessee, far northwestern and far northeastern Alabama, far southwestern North Carolina, the very far southwestern North Carolina, far northwestern South Carolina as well, western Georgia, and the central part of the Florida Panhandle. Now, if you look at the black dashed area, the black dashed area encompasses the entirety of the 45% and 30% wind risk series. The black dashed areas mean there is the highest potential of seeing hurricane-force wind gusts of 74 miles per hour higher from thunderstorms. So again, the black dashed area, there's the highest potential of seeing hurricane-force wind gusts of 74 miles per hour higher. So there is a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher tomorrow. That encompasses east central part of the Florida Panhandle, east central Georgia, western South Carolina, western North Carolina, far southwestern part of Virginia, the western half of West Virginia, western Pennsylvania, most of Ohio, southeastern Indiana, most of Kentucky, western and northeastern Tennessee, the extreme northwestern corner of Mississippi, western and northeastern Tennessee, east central and south central Arkansas, western Louisiana, and far southeastern Texas. And areas in the brown have a 5% chance of wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher tomorrow. So, going to tomorrow's hail threat, there is a 30% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger tomorrow. That encompasses most of Louisiana, far southeastern Arkansas, most of Mississippi, most of Alabama, the very far extreme northwestern part of Georgia, central Tennessee, and the very far extreme south central tip of Kentucky for tomorrow. And if you look at the black dashed area for tomorrow, the black dashed area means there is the highest potential of seeing hail of 2 inches in diameter larger tomorrow. So there is a 15% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter larger tomorrow. That encompasses far southeastern Texas, western Louisiana, south central and east central Arkansas, the very far extreme northwestern tip of Alabama, western and eastern Tennessee, southeastern half of Alabama, all of the Florida Panhandle, most of Georgia, western South Carolina, western North Carolina, most of Kentucky, southeastern Indiana, most of Ohio, far southwestern Virginia, western half of West Virginia, and western Pennsylvania. And areas in the brown have the highest, areas in the brown are in a 5% hail risk tomorrow. So anyway, going to tomorrow's summary, a tornado outbreak is possible on Saturday across the central Gulf Coast states and deep south into the Tennessee Valley. Numerous significant tornadoes and some long-track tornadoes are expected on Saturday afternoon and evening, centered on eastern Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Widespread damaging wind swaths and scattered large hail are likely. So, that's all I got for today, and areas here are on a risk for severe weather today as well. I'm not going to go over the day one outlook because I already covered the day one outlook in the previous video. So, have a way of getting your warnings, especially especially tonight before you go to bed. Have a way of getting your warnings today and tonight and tomorrow as well. And you really want to be careful today and tomorrow. So again, have a way of getting your warnings today, tonight, and tomorrow. So stay safe in the affected areas both today and tomorrow. And again, use extra caution and be extra careful. And God bless to those affected. And I will have another update tomorrow. Take care.